Hey guys, Robin Rosado here. So I got a great video here talking about hitting the ball, hitting up on the ball with your driver, trying to get a little more distance, maxing out your distance, and kind of like what I see a ton with my online reviews. So the biggest thing that we see, and probably with the driver that we see the most, is our angle of attack coming too steep down on the ball and creating that kind of negative spin, and it's creating so much spin it's almost slicing on us. So I'm going to hit one here in a second, kind of showing you that, trying to get that number, our angle of attack, to be almost in the negative. So I'm way too steep on the ball, creating a ton of spin. Now it's going to go left to right and that big old slice. And the thing I see the most with people is maybe they're struggling and they say, oh, I'm going to hit up on the ball, right? So they hear about it on TV, they see it on online instruction, they say, okay, with my driver I need to hit up on it. But now they're topping it a little bit, so they teed up low and they're forcing more of that kind of steep cross over the top, creating a ton of spin. So let me hit one here for you and let's talk about the numbers and how we can kind of figure out what we can work on. I'm really going to be steep, come out of it. So that really sliced a ton. It started out left of the fairway and actually went to the trees, and it came out real low. So let's look at the numbers here and see what we got. I didn't really feel like I came too steep down. Yeah, you can see my angle of attack here is actually -5 even. So that is really, for me at least, because normally my angle of attack is I'm about 1.5 at least up on the ball. So I can see I'm at -5, so I came really steep on it, created a ton of spin, and it sliced. I came across the ball and sliced it. So let's talk about really hitting up on it, what that really means and what we're gonna try to focus on. So when we hit up on it, let's go first thing is our ball position. We wanna try to get that ball position, let's say, inside of my left heel. What that does is it's really gonna set me up and have my good spine angle, so I come into the ball and come up with just a little bit of an upward attack onto the ball, eliminating that negative spin. So that's our first check, is our ball position inside that left foot. Second point is gonna be our spine angle. So when I have a little bit of spine tilt like we talk about in our top speed golf system, and that's our second point, is our spine angle away from the target. So we really wanna maintain this, so as we take it back, we have a good power turn like we talk about as well. Coming down to impact, maintain that spine angle. So you can see that I'm rotating through, my hips are rotating up, and now I can really feel like I'm hitting up on the ball. And then the one thing that I talk about, or I see a ton, is when people try to say, oh, I'm gonna hit up on the ball. So they try to hit up on it and actually kind of maybe get on their toes. And what it's forcing them is to cast the club just a little bit. So we're getting here, get on our toes, so they're okay, I'm hitting up on it. And now what we've done is we've come out of our spine as well too. So that's the third point, is we wanna stay in our posture with a ton of lag, and it's shallowing at the club. Again, like we talk about on our top speed golf system, just shallowing at that club early, creating a ton of lag on the downswing. And then as we come into the ball, like I was mentioning before, we have our spine angle, our second checkpoint in this video, coming down into the ball. Now you'll feel, so we're trying to maintain this lag, and I hear a lot of people say, oh, if I have a ton of lag coming into the ball, I just feel like I'm gonna chunk it. And that's not what we're gonna do. So we have a ton of lag, and what's gonna help with that, to hit up on the ball as well, is we're gonna feel our left hip, left shoulder, our whole left side's actually gonna rise up, coming through impact. It's almost like you hear people say, oh, that's pulling our belt buckle out to the left. So I'm gonna feel that as we come down on the ball, have a good amount of lag, shallow at that club, and now we're gonna rise, our left side's gonna start to rise through it, and what it does, it creates that pivot point with our club, and that has that whip effect coming into the ball with a ton of speed. And also now we're hitting up on the ball a little bit, having that good amount of spin, got good angle of attack as well. So again, as we come into it, hips rotating through, rising up, and now as we come into the ball with lag, our hands are kind of passing the ball maybe a fraction, so our club begins to pivot out in front of us and create that whip effect, and now it's releasing into impact, then we can come on to a good follow through. So I'm gonna hit one here for us and see if I can get a good angle attack, hit up on a little bit. Again, ball position inside my left heel. Have a little bit of tilt. As I come into the ball, I'm gonna feel like my left side is gonna rise up, coming through it. All right, that went a little bit higher. I really hit up on it. Hit a little bit of fades, left side of the fairway. Let's see what my angle of attack is. So at 3.5, so that's a significant difference there. It went from -5, where I was coming really steep on the ball, hitting a ton of negative spin, and now I'm hitting up on the ball. I'm at 3.5, get a little bit more distance, a little bit less spin, and I've kind of accomplished what I really want to do. All right, guys, so that's kind of really hitting up on the ball. Tee it up high, let it fly out there, guys. Get a little more distance out of those drivers.
All right guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got an even better bonus for you. If we want to get distance in the golf swing, we've got to get a lot of lag, and then we've got to let that lag go. Well, I've got my #1 lag video. I'm going to play a preview of that here in a second. If you're on a desktop device, go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. If you're on a phone or a tablet, click the iCard that's somewhere on your screen right now. That's going to take you to where you can get instant access to that full video. Plus, you're going to get 5 videos from our Top Speed Golf system. Never going to cost you a dime. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Click that thumbs up button, that really helps us out. And also remember to subscribe, that way you'll see our newest videos. See you guys in the lag video. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see. And in this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building the lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, you look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.